Hey guys, you're live.
Oh, hi. Hi. Welcome to Fashion at Brown.
I'm Emma Rosencrantz and I'm a co-vice president of FAB.
And I'm Celia Heath, I'm a junior and I'm the other co-vice president with Emma.
And I'm Sasha Pinto, a senior and the president of FAB. And we're so happy that you're tuning into our virtual info session. I hope you're ready for some great presentations and a few fun-filled ones too.
Since this is a virtual info session, we're coming to you live from our homes or wherever in the world we happen to be. And it's a real honor to be introducing you to Fashion at Brown. We are Brown's oldest incubator of style on campus and point of interaction with creatives and industry leaders in the world of fashion at large. So, during the course of this video, you will hear from the head of every FAB team who will talk a little bit about what their departments do. Because Fashion at Brown is composed of a wonderful group of hugely talented people who are dedicated, interesting, and just great to be around. So I hope you all decide to join us at FAB because now, more than ever, we need a big, loving, creative community that represents everyone and every interest. And in this seminal moment in history, all of us at FAB have made a commitment to confronting systemic racism and anti-Blackness in ourselves, our community, and in the fashion industry. While we also embrace the challenges of living and learning together, but apart in the era of social distancing. And you'll hear more about our diversity initiatives later on in this video from the head of our Diversity and Inclusion Committee.
Next, you're probably wondering, what exactly does FAB do? So I'm here to tell you a little bit about us. First of all, there's a team at FAB for virtually any interest, ranging from the creative side of the fashion industry to the business side. Each team is led by a director, who's a member of FAB's executive board. You'll be hearing from them shortly, so you can figure out what interests you the most, and we encourage you to apply to multiple teams so that you get to know them better throughout the process. On the creative side, we have teams for fashion designers, graphic designers, photographers, and writers. And on the business side, we have marketing, finance, industry outreach groups, and of course, there's also our social media team and events team, which falls somewhere in the middle.
So let me tell you some of the things we do at FAB, from professional photo shoots and fascinating locations to hosting the renowned fashion industry speakers throughout the year and staging the famous Brown Fashion Week. Not to be confused with Paris and New York Fashion Week, of course. Okay, I'm just kidding. But Brown Fashion Week is the highlight of the year and the culmination of the efforts of each and every FAB member offering leading-edge programming, from our Runway Show featuring the fabulous designs created by FAB members and modeled by Brown University students, to our fashion industry speaker series of renowned guests. For example, on September 13th, we are holding a Zoom conversation with the legendary cultural icon Andre Leontali, called the most prominent man in fashion, who is the creative director at Vogue and right hand to Anna Wintour for decades. And Andre just published a blockbuster book a few months ago where he talks about racism, privilege, and love in the fashion industry. And last year, during Brown Fashion Week, we hosted a CEO Powerhouse Women in Fashion panel where we had 5 amazing entrepreneurial women discussing rising to the top, founding companies, embracing ambition, and so much more. And the panelists included the renowned CEO of the iconic Diane von Furstenberg fashion brand, and Liz Lang, who has dressed every pregnant celebrity from SJP to Reese and Gwyneth.
We also hosted another incredible panel discussion composed of Brown alumni who had made it in the fashion industry. That included the incredibly influential editorial and communications director of the CFDA, as well as Patricia Herrera, the daughter and director of the legendary fashion empire, founded by her famous mother, Carolina Herrera, and a superstar merchandising guru alumnus who worked with Ralph Lauren for decades. It was so fascinating to hear how these Brown alumni had successfully navigated their way from Providence to the top of the fashion industry as Complit, English, biology, and economics concentrators.
In fact, we hold talks and workshops like these throughout the year, not just during Brown Fashion Week. For example, last fall we hosted the amazing Stuart Weitzman himself, and yes, he is an actual person, not just the name of a shoe store. And he completely mesmerized the sold-out auditorium for nearly 2 hours talking about his unique approach to marketing, which made him a household name. What's also great about these events is that we hold receptions afterwards, which means that you can meet and network with these fascinating and influential people in the industry. We also hosted more intimate and informal events such as a Project Runway screening party in collaboration with NBC, a sustainability workshop led by the clothing resale expert Elizabeth Klein, a fashion internship panel made up of students who worked in the industry over the summer, not to mention our famous Fab parties, which you'll hear more about later. So now, I'm going to pass the microphone over to Fab's VP, Emma, who's going to tell you a little bit about our annual Runway Show, which is Fab's highlight and signature event and the moment we breathlessly wait for all year long. So Emma, take it away.
Fab's Runway Show is a celebration of our student fashion designers and a culmination of the work from our members of Fab throughout the year. The design team creates stunning collections. Hair and makeup artists prep the models for the runway, the events team sets up the room with fabulous decor, and the social media team covers the event for Brown's Instagram story and social media in real time. Photography captures every moment of the show, from the behind the scenes to the runway. Editorial writers take notes for their articles covering the events. We all stuff goodie bags, scan tickets, run errands, and have a blast. Every team works together, so as you can see, it's a real labor of love. And last year marked our 10th annual Runway Show, which was the celebration of a decade of Brown's student designs, sheer talent, and determination. And this year, the show was bigger than ever, featuring 12 designers and over 50 models from Brown and RISD. The show represented the diverse Brown community itself, with participants of all ages, races, genders, and backgrounds, with concentrations as diverse as computer science, biology, and public policy. And the Runway Show is the talk of the town. In fact, the Providence Journal even covered the show last year, giving our student designers some really terrific publicity.
Another signature FFB event is our Big Fall Photo Shoot, which is a ton of fun with incredibly professional results. It starts every fall when the Fashion at Brown Executive Board brainstorms a theme for the photo shoot. And last year, we proposed a creative way for students to have a positive impact on the environmental sustainability and economic viability of fashion with the theme of Swap, Don't Shop, when members of Fashion at Brown's Executive Board offered outfits from their own closets for the shoot to showcase the possible different life cycles of an outfit. Starting from our own closets, the outfits would make journeys across 2 additional worlds, worn first by a set of models in a very cool urban location in Providence, and then again by a different set of models in a rural setting. Different teams scouted the locations, planned logistics, lined up the photographers, hired the models, created hair and makeup magic, and then we piled into cars and headed off for an exciting day of shooting, complete with little pop-up changing tents. Now that you definitely want to join us, right? Here's what you do.
On Monday, September 7th, applications open, so write a fun and fabulous application before Friday, September 25th, when applications close.
We'll conduct interviews via Zoom during the week of Monday, September 28th.
On October 5th, new members are announced, and even my mother here is excited.
And then the real fun begins.
So I hope this introduction helped give you an overview of what we do here at Fab, and that we'll get to meet each and every one of you very soon. And in the meantime, please keep watching or click to the next video to hear from our wonderful directors who will tell you a little bit about their department.